It's Fluffy! I'm still on spring break and played a few more live games. This map, Spring Thief, it is not on the live league, but we played using rule sets similar to live league, still with 5 minutes plus 2 minutes increment. I wanted to play Sammy because we all have that phase where we really want Sammy to work. More specifically, we want mech spam transports to work. So I decided to pick Sammy. My opponent went with the standard tier 2 pick of Olaf, and we will see how it goes. So let's begin. So, because I'm player 2, I get to start off capturing these 2 bases right away, whereas my opponent can only start capturing 1. And curious thing about pipes seems the black boat's on the pipe seems. If you delete the black boat, the pipe's HP would drop to 20, so it's easier to break. Well, I didn't quite know what the black boat on the pipe seams were, and I thought if I delete the black boat, the pipe seam would also break or something. I don't know. Haven't really encountered this before. So I sent my first infantry up here, thinking maybe I can stop the airport, but I soon find out that's not the case. That does delay my income quite a bit because this is a back capture, and you typically don't want to do back captures first. Still, a little bit of income isn't going to be the end of the world. I delete the black boat, pipe is still alive, at 20 HP. Okay, I should update now. If we look at the bottom left corner, it says 20, which means the gimmick of deleting the black boat worked as intended. That intention, I did not know what it was beforehand, but now I do. Couldn't stop the airport. Oh well. Since I'm Sammy, I will try to interrupt captures with recons, because one of Sammy's biggest strength is her early capture, and by trying to suppress my opponent's captures, I can get an income advantage. I could get a bigger income advantage than I would otherwise get. Not sure how much of an advantage I can get since my first infantry wasn't used very well, but that wouldn't stop me from using a recon. I see a tank built over here, so I decide to send the recon to the right. Maybe I can interrupt the infantry up here or down here. I got choices. I can choose which side I want to set. Then I built my first mech because I want to mech Spain. I also started sending my infantry over the mountain, and my reason for this is that I wanted to take this property. It's owned by my opponent, so capturing this would not only increase my income, but decrease my opponent's income. Plus, it's pretty close to my base, so if any vehicles are built, I could potentially mech spam. I'm not going to bother fighting over here. I probably should have built a mech at this point, now that I look at this, so that if a vehicle was to be built, my mech would be ready. I am kind of provoking a battle with this capture, so I should have expected a vehicle. From this point on, I think I have two bases on this side. I have one base and an airport on this side. Maybe I can squish this lonely base over here and win by having a base advantage. And I know Sammy definitely does want more bases for more Max fans, so I decide that's my plan from going forward. I base skip for a copter. It's not that bad to base skip for a copter because I'm not using unicamp doing this. Building a copter adds one more unicamp as well. Plus an early copter is pretty good considering you can go to many different fronts if I want to change the location of my attack. Mind this is a live game, so I don't really have much else planned for anywhere. I just plan to focus on one front and that's it, and just play defensively on this front. My single base over here probably cannot fend off two bases on this side, but I'm going to try. This recon is built very early on. I should probably use it for something to interrupt something. So I decided to send it over here. It is covered by my battle copter, so I think it's a perfectly fine move to make. Besides, building an early recon really slows down the capture game. You have to hit something to justify it. Why did I send this infantry down? I think it was because I think it's probably fine to just start capturing this neutral properly now, since this tank would more likely would prefer to hit this recon. Probably should have just... oh wait, now I remember. This tank can interrupt it from a safe location, that's why. I put my artillery to lock my forward property. I send my recon and infantry down. Well, not recon, my mech and infantry down. Start taking control of the center. My infantry can capture one of these properties and my mech still has enough movement to keep up with it for protection. Okay. One shot's my recon. An anti-air is built, not covering this tank. Two anti-airs actually. This is why copters are good. You can force out two anti-airs with it, especially since it's hard to shift fronts. Now, one problem with mech spamming, you may notice, is that I don't have a lot of presence in the center. Vehicles move much faster than mechs. These anti-air and tanks can very easily control the center, while my mechs are still taking their time to reach the front line, or otherwise just standing there defensively. But I have already committed to focusing on this base, and that's my plan. I'm more than willing to lose the center if it means I can capture this base. But I also recognize I do need some vehicles to move quickly. I send an artillery down because you can never capture a base without artillery. At least it would be very difficult to. The anti-air does not go for the... well, there's another anti-air up here, so that's fine. I considered interrupting the capture instead, but I prefer to hit the tank. Perhaps it is better to interrupt the capture as to clear a unit for unit count, but I don't really know. I kept my artillery in here Was it the best idea? I don't know. I didn't really have any blockers for it anyway, but I wanted to deter the capture, which was happening anyway. Still, I look at this and I think tank can't reach my artillery just yet, and I'm not going to let an attack on my artillery go unanswered. Whoa. So I decide to fire back. Tank cannot reach me, so I can safely attack this infantry. I finish capturing this property, and I decide to wall off my mech with the recon and build an anti-air. I saw a copter's built, so I should build an anti-air. The reason why I built the anti-air here rather than my base down here, I didn't want the copter to pressure my single base. If I were to capture this base and lose a base of my own, then all of this fighting here and giving up the center would have been for nothing. Built a second artillery to perhaps try to hold these properties. At this point, map's getting a little confusing to continue. It's difficult to continue playing quickly with the live time constraints. So I decided let's just go all in on this base. At this point, if I'm down behind income as Sammy, then it's just not good at all. I kill off their artillery, and then protect my anti-air with a mech. Not that it can be reached by a tank, but I also do need mechs to help hold down this area. I put my battlecopter in a safe space that can still threaten the base, and I built a second battlecopter. And now I can only sit back and hope things work out on the bottom front. I go for it. I considered using battlecopter to attack the anti-air, but because of the minus 10% firepower Sandy gets on vehicles, on the direct vehicles in air units, tank and copter wouldn't weaken the anti-air enough on the base. I'm not sure if I went for it. I don't think I did. No, I just sat there too, so that the anti-air cannot move down. Okay. Then I built a missile. I saw the battlecopter here. I didn't want it to ruin my neckline, so I built a missile and an anti-air because missiles cannot fight battlecopters effectively on their own. They can only chase, prevent an air unit in a, they only provide a small no air zone, but they're not foolproof against air units. Oh, well, they're not completely capable of holding off air units on their own. And a medium tank is built to defend the base. Things are looking pretty bad. I'm about to lose the center, I'm down on income, I'm down on unit count against Olaf, that's not good. And I'm losing some more properties here and there. But there's actually a winning move here. I didn't see it in the live game, but there was a way to kill this medium tank, wall it off completely, and be capturing this base. And it involves a semi-normal power, something that's so rarely used that I didn't think about it during the game. Instead, I opted to try to capture the base using a superpower instead. So I killed the medium tank, sat on it, sat on the base, but couldn't quite wall it off. It's still very vulnerable over here, especially with Olaf's superpower coming in, which will weaken the wall even further. Here's the Winter Fury. And one of the weaknesses is missiles. Just flying to the minimum range and the missile kills everything. The tank gets wall broken, and another medium tank is built, securing the base completely. Without an artillery to pound on it, there's not enough damage that could be done. So at this point, the game is pretty much lost. Without the ability to capture the base, there is really nothing to do to turn the situation around, especially since Sammy is an early game CEO, whereas Olaf is more of a late game. And if you're not winning right now with the early game CEO, you're probably not going to win late game. Is that enough to make me resign? No, it is not, because I don't learn from my lessons. Or rather, I just don't surrender easily. Because you never know, things might happen. It's a live game. Sometimes you just need to be more mentally resilient than your opponent. This tends to work better again in the lower elos where people are more willing to surrender. I still have my superpower, which is the only thing that I have going that's ahead. And I decided I could try to do something with it. I decided to use it so that my mechs can cross, do a lot of damage to tanks. Not that it won't really change much. Of course, this battle is definitely already lost. Hang on. Couldn't even do one. And I didn't resign because mental resilience. It's not over until it's over. Let's just hurry this up. This area gets wall broken and the copper dies. I interrupt the capture, kill this copter. Both my cities are saved. Yeah. I attack the anti-air to weaken it. Rocket and resign. There. Well, this was an interesting game. I thought because of its more mixed-based nature, Sammy would be stronger. But I suppose the really difficult to access airport meant that transport copter mech spam isn't as easy to do. And mechs definitely do not control the map as well as tanks. It's said that I could use more tanks and less mechs early on to try to gain the advantage. But I just like mechs. Who doesn't? We all want mechs to work. Well, but that was this game. On the bright side of playing this map is that I got an excuse that I did not understand the black boats on pipe scene mechanics. And that's all I need to say to justify why this battle was lost. Probably didn't do much, but sending the 1st Infantry here is definitely one of the worst decisions, since it already slows down my income from the very beginning, and slows down my future capture from this base. Which, perhaps if my 3rd Infantry had been sent down here for this capture chain, the income wouldn't be that bad. But instead I sent it up to this boat, which partially cannibalized this infantry. I think the best order would have been 1st Infantry here, 2nd Infantry for the... well, maybe this port is also fine. But definitely needed a 3rd Infantry we need at least 1 infantry going for this chain within the first 3 infantries built. Is what I think is best. But aside from that, I still have one more game to show before the end of my spring break. And it's a good one. And the theme of building enough anti-air to deal with battlecopters is more true than ever, so I hope you will enjoy it. But that will be for next time. Anyway, goodbye!